Home sweet home. We've been waiting diligently for the California Dream for All to become active and available for our first time homebuyers. So, what does this do? It gives our families hope. Okay. So, what does the program actually do? Well, this is a shared equity loan program different from the usual down payment assistance program. Okay. This is based similar to the requirements of a down payment program, except they are sharing the equity with you. Okay. Which means they're going to provide you, should you qualify, 20% down. Yes! 20% down. Yes, that is a lot of money, which they're going to be sharing with you. So here goes an example, and this is based on the CalHFA program. Again, California Dream for All. And so if the first mortgage in this instance is $400,000, they're going to provide you $100,000, which is 20%. So the home value is $500,000. 20% of $500,000 is $100,000, which means your loan amount would be $400,000. Now, what this is showing you is the equity, right? Because many people understand, right? To own a home, you build equity, you build wealth. When you're paying rent, unfortunately, the landlord is getting the equity. And at the end of 5 years, what you have except for increased rent. All right. So what they're saying here is that in 5 years, this property could potentially grow in home value to $640,000. And many of us are experiencing right now, we thought there's a shift in the market, right? That it was more of a seller's market before than a buyer's market. And we thought home prices would be decreasing. Now, don't get me wrong. There are some places that they are decreasing, but really the biggest thing that has occurred, instead of us getting 15, 18, 20% of equity, now that has decreased. So many people are out there looking for a home now, right? Compared to 6 months ago, you're like, for this particular zip code, prices are going up. For this particular zip code, it may have gone down. But how significantly down has it gone? That is all relative to the individuals who are looking at the home. So if you can get in 5 years, right? Because if you paid rent, you wouldn't get any appreciation. In this case, they're saying you have $140,000 of equity. The homeowner share would be $112,000, and you would share the other part, right, with the California Dream, and they would get $28,000. So how does this affect you? Well, you got in the market with the money. Now, it might not be the house you really want to have. So it could be a starter home, it could be a starter condo. So then you sell the home or refinance, because you will have to pay back that money when you do so, okay? So this is showing you, again, at the end, they gave you the money, you're going to pay it back, right? And at the end, you're still going to have some equity to then potentially purchase another home. Or if you decide, you can stay there for 30 years. At 30 years, we'll find out what needs to happen in regards to making those payments. There are no payments that are due while you are in the home, but once you refinance or sell it, then you have to pay back, okay? If you stay there for 30 years, then we have to look at the fine print and let you know what you have to do, okay? Now, just like the down payment programs for CalHFA, there's a area median income. So the program is based on, hey, I just put in an address here. It's based on the address, and then it then tells us what the area median home income is, okay? So in this instance, the median income, which is saying if you took everybody's amount of money that they make, divided by that number, that's the median income. In order to qualify for this program, you have home ready, which is 80% of the area median, which means you would have to make $85,000 or less in order to qualify for this particular zip code, okay? Now, we understand that the high cost is $128,000 is what people make, but in order to qualify for this particular property, then you would have to make $85,000 or less. So with that being said, if you need more information, I'm going to be giving you as many links as I can, but feel free to text me and I'll just text you the information. I'm here to educate and provide you a resource, okay? Now, here goes the first mortgages, right? So when you're looking at all of this, because this is the state of California, as you can see, there's a lot of income that is showing here. But remember, just like here, it all depends on the zip code. And then the 80% of the area median is what is going to be used, okay? Now, we know that home equity is one of the things that you can pass down as far as your legacy is concerned. It's also a great investment tool for you to have. And with this Dream for All shared appreciation loan, they're going to provide you, should you qualify, have to be a first-time home buyer, with the 20% of the home price to be used for your down payment and or closing costs, okay? Now, you can't layer it with everything else, like the CalHFA, you have the ZIP, you have the equity, right? Can't do that. It's just this one particular program that you can utilize, okay? Yes, we are a CalHFA approved lender. And at the end, what are the eligibilities, okay? First-time home buyer, have to be a citizen or have the qualifying paperwork to get that done. There is home buyer education, which is the same as if you get a down payment assistance program, have to take that course to understand what home ownership is and get the certificate. Most of the time, you can do that online, okay? What's the first-time home buyer? Well, if you haven't purchased a home in the last 3 years, you're considered a first-time home buyer. Now, you must occupy the property within 60 days, and that goes for almost any loan program. You have to do that, except if it's investment property, because obviously you're renting it out. Okay. In this instance, they are not going to allow a person who does not live in the house with you. You have to fill out a piece of paper saying all the people who are going to be living in the home. Okay. And then you got property requirements, you have underwriting requirements and things like that. So what I wanted to share with you is that, hey, there is hope. And if you, and should you be able to qualify and get 20% down, then give me a call, send me a text. Let's see what we can do to plan your home ownership, whether it's now, 6 months, or 3 years from today. This is Cathy, 619-846-2675. I look forward to your call and or your text.